Is this worth your money? Or is this a waste of your money? Let's talk about it. There are so many pros and cons about the THERAGUN, and pretty much any knockoff THERAGUN-like machine on Amazon. I'm going to be talking about them both today. I, however, cannot hold this entire video. So we're going to talk about the THERAGUN first, and specifically about the THERAGUN Mini, which is the one I purchased on Marketplace secondhand. And yes, we'll talk about that too. And we're going to then talk about the more inexpensive knockoff second. So the reality is they're both great options, and they should both be top of mind when you're thinking about purchasing a massage gun. They both have their purpose in the market, but they do both have their pros and cons. The THERAGUN is a great little machine that is just absolutely the sweetest thing in the world. When I saw one go up on Marketplace and I saw the price, I just about had my jaw drop. They are expensive, and yes, the price can be shocking, especially after spending only $75 on my Amazon knockoff. But I will say that the THERAGUN, being a name brand, does come with its perks. Not only are the attachments replaceable, which I do appreciate because they do get old, considering I have major chronic pain and I use my THERAGUN a lot. I don't like having to just throw out my entire Amazon knockoff because the replacement parts don't exist. THERAGUN, however, the Mini doesn't have a handle, and I am not spending hundreds upon hundreds of dollars more to get the full THERAGUN because I just don't have that kind of cash. The Mini does just as much as my knockoff. However, because it doesn't have a handle, you do need the dexterity to be able to hold the Mini in a fairly ergonomic way. The biggest difference between the THERAGUN and the knockoff, however, are the vibrations that come off the device itself. If you're a person with chronic pain, or if you're a person with disabilities, this is something you're gonna wanna consider very greatly. The extra money you're gonna spend on the THERAGUN might be worth your time. The difference is absolutely noticeable as soon as you hold both in your hands. The vibrations that come off these knockoffs are quite substantial, and if you don't have the strength to hold them, it is so hard to keep your hands on them, whereas with the THERAGUN, I do not have that problem. I can just imagine the difference with the larger THERAGUNs if I had the cash. However, the reality is it's not in the cards at the moment. The biggest difference, I will say, is the battery life on these two devices, and I'm not surprised. The THERAGUN lasts at least 2 to 4 times longer. I almost never have to charge it or even think about having to charge it. Luke just absolutely loves the fact that he can leave it in his cubby, take it out, and not even have to think about whether or not it has battery life. My Amazon knockoff, however, I swear to good God, I have to charge it every 2 times I've used it. I understand that I use it so often that I think the battery in the device is just getting old at this point. After years of constant use, I think it just might be time for a new one, which is unfortunate considering obviously the battery inside of it is not replaceable, which the THERAGUN isn't either, but the battery in the Amazon knockoff is just not very good, and so I think it's just time for a new one. The THERAGUN is an absolute amazing device. However, I would not pay full price. I found one on Marketplace. Someone got it in some prize that she received, didn't want it quite frankly, and we got it almost $100 under value or under retail value. That is probably how I'd want to get it. Black Friday's right around the corner. Might want to look at some sales. I would not pay full price for it. I just can't even fathom paying full price for one of these bad boys. But I do understand for people with chronic pain, it's an investment in your health. Hey, you go girl if you've got the money. If you've got a marketplace near you, you live in a big city, these things are absolutely fabulous. You can get replacement tips for them. Go ahead, buy yourself a used one, get yourself a replacement tip, and you are good to rock and roll. And that is the beauty of THERAGUN. These are amazing little devices. I don't regret buying my TheraMini one bit. As much as I love my Amazon knockoff, I am sad to say it has gone by the wayside, and I use my TheraMini for the most part. The only time I don't use it is when I've got a challenging dexterity day and I just cannot seem to get my hands to grip on it because it can be a little bit challenging. And I will then sometimes take out my Amazon knockoff just because the handle's a little bit easier to hold. Having both is nice, but if I had to pick one and I have the money, which is the big asterisk here, the TheraMini would be the one I would choose. To take a deeper dive on the Amazon knockoff, the reality is there's about 1,000 of them on Amazon nowadays. It doesn't really matter which one you buy. The only thing I will say is spend at least $70. Anything under that, chances are, will not be worth your money. We recommend something in the $80 to $100 range. They're usually the ones with a little bit better battery life, a little bit better setting options, and from a tip perspective, they're just a little bit better set up. Budget can be a really big issue here. The one I purchased was $70 some when I purchased it. Now this specific model doesn't exist anymore, but there is one comparable in the comments down below if you're interested. It is an affiliate link and it does support the channel, so do know that. Thank you if you do purchase one. It is very much appreciated. This thing has been a godsend and is something I used for an entire year before I even started talking about it. I absolutely love it, and if you have any dexterity issues or any major handling problems, I would recommend this over the Mini in a heartbeat. Now, do understand, the cheaper you go, the worse the vibrations will get, and the reality is they are a cheaper knockoff, so you get what you pay for. But if you're looking for something that is going to help you between massages and make sure that you don't get those crazy calf cramps between those electrolyte drinks, this thing is going to be an absolute amazing tool in your tool chest. I would highly recommend it. They're both great devices. It's just a matter of what fits your needs. I hope this video has been helpful, and please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Don't forget to slow your roll, and we'll see you guys next week. If you've liked this video, we have an entire playlist of reviews for you to check out. Check it out over here.